This past weekend, Auburn defeated Alabama in the 82nd Iron Bowl by a score of 26-14. It was the second time the bitter rivals had played for a chance to represent the West in the SEC title game. After a back-and-forth first half, Auburn scored 16 unanswered points in the second half to end Alabama's 32 regular game season win streak. Running back Kerryon Johnson, who threw for a touchdown in the first half, and quarterback Jared Stidham scored a pair of second-half touchdowns before two fourth-down stops by the defense ended hopes of a Crimson Tide comeback. It was the second time the Tigers have beaten a number one ranked opponent this season. They took down Georgia 2 weeks ago and face a rematch with the Bulldogs on Saturday at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Kickoff is set for 3 p.m. Central. Experts warn online holiday shopping is also prime time for scammers. Advice for consumers: be extra careful shopping on a mobile browser because scammers can create fake websites that might look legit. Also, watch out for fake apps that can steal your personal information or even try to extort money by locking your phone. You should avoid clicking on any unsolicited emails because that could be phishing. And finally, make sure to use a website with a valid HTTPS connection and a lock symbol. Experts say websites with just HTTP next to them are more vulnerable to attacks. Same. I used to be a huge proponent of the whole real thing, the authentic tree, but we had one tree that fell over so many times, and it's a lot easier to put together a fake tree than go out and buy a tree. So.
Yeah, that's true.
And that is true.
Just head over to the ValoVisionNews.wordpress.com to see stories from Mass Comm student reporters throughout the end of the semester. This week on ValoVision News, remembering A.J. Luke. See how UM students are celebrating the life of the Falcons basketball player. Plus, a prescription for a puppy? See why medical experts say owning a dog can be good for your health. Notorious cult leader Charles Manson has died. The California Department of Corrections says the 83-year-old passed away of natural causes on Sunday. Manson and his followers, known as the Family, were behind a string of gruesome murders in California in 1969. The attacks left 7 people dead, including pregnant actress Sharon Tate. He was serving a total of 9 consecutive life sentences and was denied parole 12 times. Last week, Gustav R., better known by his stage name Lil Peep, died while on tour in Arizona. And robots can do a lot more than work on an assembly line. Coming up, see the footage of a robot giving gymnasts a run for their money. We'll be right back. Comms faculty, students, and alumni attended the NCA convention in Dallas to accept their award. The faculty also gave a presentation about what makes their comms program unique. Get your turkeys ready. Thanksgiving is almost here. In observance of the holiday, UM will be closed Wednesday through Sunday morning. More than 15,000 scientists signed a letter to all of humanity, and the message isn't good. It says that unless people change their habits, Earth will become unable to sustain life in the manner we know. A similar letter was issued by the science community 25 years ago. This follow-up letter notes that since that time, the population has grown up to 7.6 billion people. That's a 26% increase, and every other mammal, reptile, amphibian, and fish population declined by almost 30% during the same period. Well, I'm very impressed with the new stadium, but I'm sure that they could have used that maybe for Atlanta United Soccer,
Right.
maybe for Georgia Tech football. You know, there's a lot of stadiums I've seen that are in need of repair, and this was not one of them. It was still a very nice venue.
Right. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm surprised about who would decorate their home like that. But I have my eye on that $350 Chinese takeout box, so. Yeah, on to other things I won't be able to afford. General Motors has revealed the fastest and most powerful factory-built Corvette ever. GM says the 2019 Chevrolet Corvette ZR1 will have 755 horsepower, 6.2-liter supercharged engine, and a top speed of 210 miles an hour. The Corvette is generally thought of as an accessible sports car, but GM refers to the ZR1 as a supercar. It will have more horsepower than a Lamborghini Aventador, a Ferrari 488 GTB, or the exotic Ford GT. GM hasn't put a price tag on the 2019 Corvette ZR1, which will go on sale in the spring. I have to say I'm a huge car person, and I really do like the design. It's not, Corvette's kind of a niche car, but it's kind of expanding. Now it kind of looks like a supercar. And like they said, it has more power than the Ferrari, so maybe now it'll appeal to a more European
you don't need
style.
that much.
I love Taylor Swift. I like when she switched styles on her last album to more of a pop artist. I'm bummed that it's not on Apple Music or Spotify, so I'm going to have to make a trip out and buy it because, you know, definitely support music.
If you're interested in getting involved in College Night, whether purple or gold, attend the Mixer to learn about each side. You can also meet some great people and sign up to get involved. Last year's College Night was a gold victory. College Night festivities kick off February 2018. Montevallo's volleyball team won both games this past weekend to bring them to a 7-6 record. The Falcons took down Christian Brothers in Union without dropping a set. Senior Christy Bohan and freshman Amanda Nugent led the Falcons in kills with 10 and 11. Both hitters, as well as service ace leader Bree Bloom, have over 100 kills on the season. Coach Katie O'Brien's team resumes Gulf South play with trips to West Alabama and Mississippi College this weekend. Thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in to ValoVision News again next week. And eating your fruits and vegetables are typically encouraged, but experts say something could be on both foods that can cause infertility. Find out what you need to do to protect yourself in today's Health Minute. 26 people are dead and many more injured after a shooting at a small-town church in Texas Sunday. Investigators are now trying to figure out the reasons behind the worst mass shooting in Texas history. Karen Kafa is in Sutherland Springs, Texas, with the very latest. Senator Rand Paul has more serious injuries than previously thought after an attack on his home on Friday. A senior advisor to the senator says he has 5 broken ribs and lung injuries and that it's unclear when he'll return to work. Kentucky State Police say the GOP senator was assaulted at his home by a neighbor. A motive is not yet known. The FBI and U.S. Capitol Police are investigating. Assaulting a member of Congress is a federal crime. We're about a month away from Alabama's special Senate election. Voters will head to the polls on December 12th to choose our state's next senator. Republican Roy Moore is facing Democrat Doug Jones. If you are not currently registered to vote, you have until November 27th to fill out a voter registration form. We've placed a link to the form on the ValoVision News Facebook page. Still ahead on ValoVision News, the city of Montevallo will be raising sales taxes just in time for the holidays. Find out how much the increase is and when it will go into effect. In health headlines, if your body hasn't adjusted to the end of daylight saving time yet, you're not alone. But in addition to your internal body clock feeling off for a few days, the switch to standard time could impact your health. Some studies have linked the lack of light to depression or seasonal affective disorder, also known as SAD, but there are some simple steps you can take to adjust to those early winter sunsets. Some psychiatrists recommend taking a morning walk right after sunrise. Experts also recommend bringing more light into your home during the day by keeping the blinds and shades open. Her unofficial time was 2 hours, 26 minutes, and 53 seconds. She beat 3-time defending champion Mary Keitany of Kenya by 1 minute and 1 second. It was the first major marathon win of Flanagan's career. A federal study released Friday says only human activities can explain climate change. That's amazing. I'm sure he has lots of friends.